Alright, welcome back to the channel, and this is Gotbot, and I am happy that you've come back for another visit. We're going to take a look this time at the latest character spotlight, and this one goes to none other than the aerial bot known as Air Raid. Okay, so we have Air Raid here. What can I say about him? Compared to, a toy figure incarnation that's out, this guy is the Combiner Wars mold. There's no doubt about it. The kneecaps are a little bit different on this version, and the lower legs. We do have the red there. It's just not as pronounced as it is on the toy. The chest piece, very much the same, except for the fact that there's an Autobot symbol right in the middle of his chest, and I love it. I really wish that the toy had that. I think that's a nice touch. But the red and the gold and the black, actually not the black, the red and the gold is well placed. The black is an add-on here, but I wish the toy had the black. You see a little more gold on his arms than we're used to. The figure does have some, but I was a little bit surprised, I guess, of the amount that was here. It's okay. It's okay. It works in nicely with the rest of his colors. I do like the black on the sides there. I wonder if they're weapons of some sort, though, because we don't have that on the figure. And around back, again, you have the nose of the jet down back. You know, the backs of his legs look black like they should. I love the way that his wings fold up here. Absolutely ingenious. They kind of fold in on themselves. Rather than just flipping up as they do in the figure form. So, coloration. I think this guy's better. I put this guy, at a good 9 compared to the toy, compared to his G1 animation. It's more detailed. I think this guy looks great. When we look at playability, I haven't used him a whole lot, but for a bot that I recently obtained, he's been holding his own. He really has been holding his own in battle, and I find him to be, pretty effective. I use him on the team a nice bit, actually. Transformation. Let's take a look. Well, his alt mode right there looks like the alt mode in the figure. To be honest with you, I'd say it's spot on. I would say it is spot on, right down to the detailing on the wings, and again, how can you not love that? So, very quickly now, let's take a look at his transformation up underneath. Transformation a little more intricate. The legs pretty much do the same thing as they do for the figure. The arms extend. The figure's arms don't collapse. The arms on this version extend, and they do collapse when he transforms. Nice little touch. It probably could have worked nicely with the figure, and it looks good in transformation. And it makes the kibble underneath him a little more compacted. Like, you don't really see the hands or anything, of course, hanging out here. It's just the undercarriage of a jet. Looks great. So overall, am I impressed with this guy? Yeah, I put him up there with Silverbolt. This guy is still a 9. Fun transformation. Let's look at it from the back. And the legs come together, same thing. It's great. Okay, I've kind of done that enough, having fun with this guy. So we've had a look at him now in game. We're going to stop here and have a look at him in just a moment in his figure form. And you can see for yourself just how closely these guys do match up. Alright, and we're back, and now it's Air Raid's time to shine. We just looked at his in-game model, and like I said, it's really true to this. Not perfect, but really true. The red on the knees and down on the shins is certainly more pronounced on the toy than it is in-game. This guy's lacking the Autobot symbol that's in-game, but man, I wish he had it, because that looks really great. I think the game model's head is colored a bit better than the toy head is, but, small difference. The gold, I mentioned the gold. The gold here is still down on the lower arms, but it's different up here. In the game, this, we'll say, patch of gold is down here, and this is all white. So this is a little bit reversed. The legs on the back, pretty much the exact same thing. And these wings, for me, when I have this guy displayed, I tend to leave his wings down like this. But the game model, following this, I guess, tends to put them up. Now, here's the difference. In the figure, we just have this one whole piece that hinges up and down, and it just comes up and it's up solid. The game tends to take this outer half and sort of fold it back onto this. It's a nice feature. It would have been nice if they could have built it into the toy. I see why they couldn't, but it would have been really nice if they could, because it makes the nose cone, stand up as it should, while making the wings stay lower, come up to about here, instead of all the way up almost the height of the nose cone. Also, in-game, there's black inside these thruster intakes, I guess, instead of just the gold that's used on the figure. Again, I find that the touch of black looks a little bit better. So truth is, while it's a great match, Earth Wars model to toy model, the fact of the matter is, I think the coloration used on the Earth Wars one is a little bit better. Just because it's a nicer mix and interplay of colors, but you can see very accurate. And again, this guy, he has excellent articulation with the arms going out that far, and they can go all the way around, and we have a nice 90-degree elbow bend and a bicep swivel, and legs all the way out and forward and back and knee bend and thigh swivel and everything else. Head left and right and up and down a bit. So here's the thing. I've already done a full review of this guy. If you need help with the transformation, hey, check that out. So I'm going to put this guy in his alt mode. We will compare the two planes, but so far, nice match. Nice match. If we're looking for a paint match here, it's about a 9 because it's not perfectly spot on of a paint match, but it's pretty close, and I think the Earth Wars one just ekes out a little bit with looking nicer. So yeah, we're going to put him in alt mode. We will be back in just a second, and we'll have a look at plane to plane. And bada boom, right there, he is in plane mode. What can I say? This looks like the game. It really does. Now, the arms are all the way down the side. I thought that you had a visible fist, but you don't because this panel comes down. But in the game, the arms actually compress. I think that's a nice feature. Again, it would have been nice if these arms could compress a little bit. Because of the design, I can see why that wouldn't really work, because where would you kind of compress this piece too up into the shoulder here? I don't know if it would work, and I think you'd have to have the forearms too big, but it's nice to see it in game because it reduces this kibble a little bit on the side. But again, you look at it, unless you really kind of analyze the transformation, I don't think you'd notice it. In the game, the legs still compress the exact same way. The arms are still on the side. It looks very much like this. Even the detailing on the wings comes in the exact same way in game as it does here. I would venture to say that the matchup of Earth Wars model to toy accuracy really shines in the alt mode the most. Again, it's an easy transformation. I mean, you can look under here and you can see, just like all Combiner Wars, that the legs compress up, the arms go down on the side and tab in, and really you just turn the head around in here. It's pretty easy to put this guy in his alt mode. But yet, it's a fun plane. It has kibble underneath, but I still find it to be a fun plane. Nice attack pattern in Earth Wars, and the truth is, since I've unlocked him, I've used him a nice bit. He's not my strongest. I'm still working on improving the character in-game, but I find that he's a good soldier. I've been using him a nice bit. So, that kind of does it for this one. Overall, again, this guy is probably around an 8 or 9 as a character, as a figure, and as a in-game model. He's a win. Again, if you're using him and playing with him in the virtual world, or you're using him playing with him in the real world, I don't think you're going to be disappointed either way you cut it. Air Raid is a fun addition to the aerial bots, to the toy line, and to the game. I'm glad to see him there. Anyway, like I said, that does it for this overview. I appreciate you dropping by and stopping in and having a visit with me. And I look forward to the next time that we meet up right here again inside the videos.